My name is Danno Ferrin. I am a blockchain protocol engineer at Consensus. I'm a blockchain protocol engineer. I used to be a Java desktop developer and backend developer, but I came into blockchain a few years ago, and for about a year and a half, I've been working at Consensus. I'm working on Hyperledger Besu, originally Pantheon, but it's our Java-based Apache 2 licensed Ethereum client, and it's both mainnet compatible and it's also permissioned, network compatible, and enterprise friendly. I had been paying attention to the Bitcoin space for a while. I had done some old Bitcoin forensics, but when I went to work at another job, I stopped paying attention to it, but it's just not something that it's easy to put down. I had heard about CryptoKitties and all the success they had had in clogging up the network, and that was my aha moment. That was when it clicked, that I understood that this is what digital assets can do and what they can be like. They had actual exciting value and people enjoyed them, so I kept following it more and more after that. So when the recruiter called me up and said, "Hey, do you want to work on our client?" I said, "Why, yes, give me 2 weeks." Besu's got a few of my favorite things in open source. First off, it's Apache 2 licensed. For the other Ethereum clients, it's a unique thing among them. For Hyperledger projects, it's the law, it's what has to happen. My second favorite thing is that it is mainnet compatible. For being Ethereum, you need to be able to work with the mainnet of Ethereum, in addition to all the other test networks and all the other networks that have become Ethereum friendly. And my third favorite feature would be some of the enterprise features we put in to customize it for enterprises, such as permissioning and privacy. There are some things that you don't want in a public permissionless network that are absolutely essential in an enterprise private network, as far as saying who can do what actions and who can know about which items. So it scales the entire spectrum of permissionless to private. Another thing that excites me about it is it's Java-based. Java is something that I got into when I was still in college, and it's something I've been able to leverage for most of my career. And so I'm very familiar with the tooling and the sort of environments that need to be worked on to make something work well in Java. And when I came into the code base, the other developers at Consensus had done a really good job making a very well-documented, functional, modular client. So it's a real treat to work in. If you want to get involved in Hyperledger Besu, probably the best place to go is to our documentation site, besu.hyperledger.org. And in there are instructions on how to download and install Hyperledger, tutorials to run, links to our code base, if you want to contribute software and upgrades to it. We also have a JIRA, which lists a lot of good first issues if you are familiar with or want to become familiar. There's a lot of opportunities for you to contribute and become a contributing member of the Hyperledger project. So if you want to help contribute to Hyperledger Besu today, one of the first things you could do is you could actually just start up and run an Ethereum node. You could run either a mainnet node, if you have a large enough disk space capacity, or you could run one of the smaller test networks, such as Goerli. Those are very approachable, and they provide the playground that you need to interact with a public chain. Thanks for watching, and if you have any comments about Hyperledger Besu or Hyperledger in general, please leave comments below.